Hi everybody, you have probably heard me talking a lot about the book Chase the Lion by Mark Batterson lately. I've been sharing quotes from this book and sharing it out as a resource, and I wanted to spend some time over the next few weeks just talking about some of my biggest takeaways from this book Chase the Lion, some of my biggest insights, because in less than a year, I'm on my second read of this book, and it has truly transformed my life in so many ways. Spiritually, my career, mentally, emotionally, it's truly transformed me and is in so much alignment with what I get to do as a values-based coach. So before I share today's takeaway, I wanted to let you know that I have to admit this. I have to share it, that for the last handful of years, this book has popped up in my life some way or another, and I put it down. And what I mean by that is I'd see it on social media posts, and I'd look at it, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like the cover, right? I'm like, yeah, like that's me. Let me check this out. And I'm just going to admit it and be vulnerable. I'd put it down every time because I thought, it's too religious for me. It's too spiritual for me. Like, it's not really my jam. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's going to be all about the Bible, and it's not for me. And it kept appearing, like year after year. This would keep showing up, and last year it showed up again. Somebody posted that they were doing a book club about Chase the Lion, and I'm like, gosh, there it is again. And so I felt compelled to drive to the bookstore. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the bookstore, because before I'd read it on Amazon and talk myself out of it, right? So I went to the bookstore. Somebody helped me find it. I picked it up, I read it again, and I put it down. And again, I had that same story of, I don't know, Jackie, like too spiritual, too religious for you, I don't know. And a voice came to me and said, you know what, get it. Just get it. There's a reason this book keeps showing up in your life. That voice that I later learned is God, the Holy Spirit, like telling me, pick it up, Jackie. There's a reason I keep putting this in front of you. And I couldn't be more grateful for that. And so today, we're just gonna start. I wanted to share that with you because it kept appearing, and there are probably things in your life right now that maybe you feel the same way. Like, gosh, something keeps showing up, and I keep kind of pushing it back, and maybe I need to be a little bit more open. Or maybe there's a reason this thing keeps coming up, like this book was for me. So today, we're going to talk about one of the big lessons that Mark Batterson starts the book off with. And he talks about the difference between regular courage and 2 o'clock in the morning courage. And I didn't really even know there was a difference. I thought courage was courage, right? Like if you're brave, if you have courage, until I read the passage, the part of the Bible that he shares from the book of Samuel. And I'm going to read that passage. So it comes from the book of Samuel. It's chapter 23, verse 20. Let me read this to you so that you can have a more clear understanding, as I do now, of the difference between regular courage and 2 o'clock in the morning courage. There was also Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, a valiant warrior from Kabzeel. He did many heroic deeds, which included killing 2 champions of Moab. Another time, on a snowy day, he chased a lion down into a pit and killed it. Yes, you heard that right. Benaiah chased the lion into a snowy pit, killed it, and came out the victor. The lion didn't chase him into a snowy pit. Benaiah chased the lion. And that's how he opens the book, talking about this 2 o'clock in the morning courage. That Benaiah was a lion chaser. If you have 2 o'clock in the morning courage, you are a lion chaser. You go after it. Here's what's different. A lion chaser doesn't see a 500-pound problem. A lion chaser sees an opportunity. A lion chaser goes after it. A lion chaser doesn't flee away. A lion chaser fights forward. A lion chaser goes forward towards his or her God-sized dream. You're like, okay, God-sized dream, tell me more. How do I know? What is my God-sized dream? What does that even mean, right? Your God-sized dream is something that should scare you a little bit. Your God-sized dream is something that's destined to fail without divine intervention. Meaning your dream is so big, it scares you so much that you're like, gosh, I don't really have the resources to get it on my own. And a lion chaser knows that if they take that step forward towards their God-sized dream, that God is going to be there. God is going to intervene, and God is going to help you accomplish that God-sized dream. So when you're thinking about regular courage versus 2 o'clock in the morning courage, I ask you, who do you want to be? Do you want to be a lion chaser? Or do you want to be somebody that's just content and cool, maybe missing out on opportunities, maybe making excuses instead of looking for the opportunity? Who are you? What is your God-sized dream? What scares you a little bit? If I asked you, if I told you, hey, if you could go out today and I could promise you that you're not going to fail, what is it that you would take action on? That'll give you a little bit of insight on what your God-sized dream may be. And I encourage you to reflect on this and think about, what is it? What is it in my life that I've been waiting on, that I've been waiting to take action on, that I need some God-sized courage to be a lion chaser, go after it, and trust and have faith that with divine intervention, I'll be able to achieve it. Thank you all. Go out there, be lion chasers, and have an amazing day.